This is an organizing project that I completed for my sister-in-law, Sophie. Sophie knows that my fantasy job is helping people transform their spaces. She had some wishes and needs with this space, so I got to modify it for her and post it to my channel. Here are the details about the space. This is their downstairs space, which is primarily used as a playroom for their 3 children, 6 months to 7 years. Our first conversation about this space was about 20 minutes, and Sophie relayed her needs and wishes for the project. Sophie's one need was for kid-friendly toy storage that supports independent tidying up. In addition to this one need, Sophie's 2 wishes were: 1. For purchases to be moderately budgeted. On a scale from Dollarama to IKEA to iDesign, Sophie selected IKEA. Sophie's second wish was to be as minimally involved as possible. I call this the fairy godmother tier of support. My first visit was about half an hour, and I spent that time taking measurements and assessing how the space was currently being used. Now, Sophie did say that we could make use of the kitchen drawers, but I recommended a different storage solution for the toys because I was nervous about toddlers catching their fingers inside those drawers. So very limited materials are stored inside the kitchen drawers. After visit 1, I spent time creating a workbook of recommendations, including products for Sophie to review and approve or deny. She made her selections, I executed the shopping, and arranged for my second visit. This footage is visit 2. I recommended limiting the existing storage unit for only video game accessories, books, and building materials, because all of those activities are associated with the TV, the couch, and or the coffee table. I mentioned earlier that this project was the fairy godmother tier of support, and that's because after a client communicates what is approved from recommendations, I execute the entire plan. The level of decision making is limited to checking off the boxes to approve or deny recommendations, and then magically for the client, it's all completed. Another tier of support would be me as the lead. A client may want to modify a space together, but they may also want organization ideas, in which case I would still make recommendations, which they would still approve or deny, but we would modify the space together. For clients who prefer this level of support, I've also accompanied them out on shopping excursions to browse product options for their spaces. This is how I've developed a beautiful relationship with one of my clients, Kelly. I can also be a consultant to clients. I've been approached by people who have a frustrating space and they want a collection of ideas to consider. I always share any tips and tricks, and people appreciate my experience and approach. I'm so lucky that I have experience in giving a lot of thought into making households really functional. I'm also lucky enough to have the experience of being a teacher, and so I had classroom spaces also to modify and transform to be as functional as possible. And interestingly, I've actually also been consulted for organizing events on my staff. I always volunteered to be the social coordinator, and I always had a blast doing that job, and I have some good tips. That will be a future video, I promise. All other toys were extracted and to be stored in woven baskets along the wall. These baskets meet Sophie's wishes for storage that supports children tidying up independently. The children only need to pick up and dump to tidy up. One detail to note: there are no expectations of toys in storage to be sorted, and Sophie is content with this. I'm the same exact. Our children do not care if their toys are mixed or sorted, so we choose not to care either. Another detail about these baskets is that I recommended them specifically because the bases of them are circles. The baskets are never out of square. Lastly, the baskets are identical, and this is important because it helps minimize visual overwhelm. One specific storage solution that I recommended was a sports gear rack. It having the sports gear mixed up with their toys was ineffective during tidy up time. The storage rack is nice because it's on wheels, it's low enough for her oldest 2 children to reach everything, and its final spot, which is behind the kitchen cabinetry, works twofold because 1, it's somewhat tucked away and is less visually distracting, and 2, the storage unit is closer to the door for backyard access, which is where the children play. Sports gear can easily be accessed for both inside and outside play. My name is Romina. Thanks for watching. Till next time.